July 2011, my business world fell apart. You see, I've been working for 20 years as a marketing communications consultant to a Fortune 500 company, and I loved that work. But when I hadn't heard from my clients for a while after the new fiscal year, I decided to just check in. Called the first client. The recording I got was, "The person you have reached is no longer an employee of the company." Click. With clients 2, 3, and 4, I began to think, I know they've moved the whole department to a new building and they haven't gotten the phones all connected again. So my next call was to the vice president. I said, "Hey, congratulations on the new fiscal year. I haven't heard from any of my clients, and I was wondering, are you moving the people from one place to another? I'm getting messages that they no longer work with the company." "Oh," he said. "Didn't anybody tell you?" Well, you see, the company has had some financial issues, and we addressed them by outsourcing whole functional areas, including marketing communications. And that means that we're doing all of our work going forward through a retained arrangement with an agency. And we won't be using your services again. Oh. Dead in the water. Today, I'm working with senior level executives on their personal brand online. I develop powerful LinkedIn profiles so that they can attract their top talent. They impress their prospective customers, and they tee up those business conversations without any effort at all. In 2022, the American Reporter named me one of the top 6 personal branding experts. In 2021, my book, LinkedIn for the Savvy Executive, Promote Your Brand with Authenticity, Tact, and Power, was published in its 2nd edition. Book Authority named it one of the best LinkedIn books of all time. The C-Suite Network named it one of the top 100 best business books. And the International Book Awards Program awarded it gold in 2 categories. I love what I do. I love the challenge. So how did I get from that low point to the high point? What is the grit to grace story? As I think about it, there are 3 principles that I used to move from where I was to where I am. So the very first one is to know your strengths and own them. So my strengths are attentive listening, the ability to translate into powerful text, the ability to tell a story of something very complex and make it understandable, and my love of something new. Those things were things that I did for the company. Those are things that I do today in my role as speaker, author, and executive coach. So know your skills. Know what brings you joy, what makes it worth getting up in the morning, and build your next chapter around that. Life is too short to do the things that we don't like to do. Number 2, take a first step. When we're stuck, nothing moves forward unless we do. For some people, like in the IT area, their next step may be getting a new certification. For me, I knew my first step had to be understanding LinkedIn because I had neither a network nor any recognition of what I could do in the marketplace. I needed to build both, and I knew LinkedIn would do that for me. So my next step was to study LinkedIn as a subject matter. I dug deep into it, understanding how it works under the hood so that I could bring my very best writing skills, combining with my understanding of how to use the network to make it powerful for me. Along the way, I reached to the people that had hired me all those years, and I shared with them what I had learned. And they were so impressed that they began to send me their friends to be my clients. Well, wait a minute. That wasn't even what I was looking for. But principle 3 is use kaleidoscope thinking. How do your same skills translate into other areas, other venues? How can you use the things that you love in new ways? So the kaleidoscope is an analogy. Those little pieces in there, they're like your skills and experiences. If you've been doing the same job for a long time, the picture that you see may be very beautiful, but it's static. Someone comes along and jostles that kaleidoscope, and oh, the pieces fall into place in new ways. It may be an even more beautiful picture than the one you've been staring at for a long time. So instead of sticking with my plan, which was to find a corporate job someplace, I looked around at the job that was looking for me, embraced it, and began to build around that. So that's my Grit to Great story. I hope that these 3 principles, understanding your goals, your skills that you'd love to use. Number 2, taking that first step, whatever it is. And then 3, using kaleidoscope thinking can help you move from grit to grace as well. My very best to you.